Smell to the dick.
Woo!
I'm sorry, repeat.
No.
What did you
No.
just say? I was half listening, half not. And I'm like, wait a minute.
You're lucky.
I was full listening, and I wish I wasn't. Welcome to an exciting episode of Legend of Logomancy, Tales from Logomancy. I gotta fix that title one of these days. This is Frontier Adventures. We are your Frontier Adventure Company stooges, the Hammer of the Frontier. My name is David. I'm your Dungeon Master. You don't care about me. Let's be real here. Let's talk to the people you do care about. I'm gonna start with Pixie. Pixie, how was your week?
Oh, so you always ask me how my weekends, and then I'm like, well, I've been crying for the last 7 days. I don't know. How's my week been? I haven't been doing much other than working and sleeping still, honestly. Like, I'm putting in overtime on some extra projects at my job. And then on top of those extra hours, I'm trying to get a beer can finished and trying to get a bunch of stickers out the door to Sticker Club folks and to the store that's carrying them in Saskatoon, which has been selling a lot of them. So I need to restock them. But so basically I just don't stop until I fall asleep, and then I wake up and I start again. Yeah. That's where I'm
Welcome
at.
to late stage capitalism. Hope you enjoy your stay. Geek, how was your week?
Okay, cool. Me. Shit. Well, I did a wedding cake, and I did all my wedding decorations and everything like that. I need to sneeze.
Do it.
No, don't do that. Teagan, why? Oh, it's gone now. It's the burning. I don't like that. I cut a wedding cake in half, cut open my fingers, which is great. Probably needed stitches, refused to go. Because I'm like that.
I did the same thing. I sliced my finger open with a tool this week and super glued it back together again.
Nice.
And then I went to the wedding. Then the next day I went to con. Well, I went to OdaFest, which anime con, whatever. I have a funny story about that. I usually volunteer every year for OdaFest. It's been one of my things. So everybody knows me there. All the volunteers, everybody, they know me. I walk in and went to get in line for my tickets, and I'm one of the first people there, where the staff stops me. I know, shut up. I need a good parking spot. The staff stops me and goes, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I got tickets to be here on Sunday." And they're like, "No, come with me." And I'm like, "Oh, shoot, did I do something wrong?" And they just dragged me away, put me in a volunteer badge, and said, "Go." And I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm a volunteer this year. And I just spent until 12:30 helping close down OdaFest and everything. Fun fact, though, did you know that there is a dim sum place in Calgary that's open till 4 a.m.?
I did.
Yo, that's rad. Where is that?
Yeah.
Probably don't.
It's called You and Me, and it's actually very, very good.
I know You and Me.
The kanji was fantastic. And then I just went home and crashed. And it was good because this was the first Mother's Day I was without my mom. So Sunday they knew I needed something to do. So they made sure I was running around, helping out, doing everything like that, which was great. But my feet are bleeding because on Saturday I had to hike a mountain in heels, which I don't know why anyone would do that.
Did you say in heels?
In heels. We wanted good photos after the wedding. I wanted to murder myself.
I just
Why didn't you bring an extra pair of shoes?
I did, but they were in the car for the party.
for when we meet, Geek, I've just got a rose quartz for you.
Oh, thank you.
For you and your mama.
I found something for you. I'm trying to get it to be picked up, but the person hasn't replied to me. But I found Casper's hat.
Aw.
Like completely with all the symbols and everything.
Oh, no way.
So I'm trying to get it, but they are ghosting me right now. So if I don't get it, I feel really bad, but it's really cool.
If it's okay to share, was your mother like religious, Christian, anything like that?
No, we weren't religious or Christian. We were baptized, we were religious, but after the diagnosis and everything, it became really hard.
I just noticed that there's a cross actually in
Oh.
here, and I just thought that could have.
No, she believed if you were going to believe in God, you were going to do it on your own terms. And it's
enough.
personal.
I like that.
And that's good advice
Smart
for
woman.
everyone, I think.
But that was my week, and please move on from me so I don't start crying profusely.
Neon,
Yeah.
how was your week?
Good, great. There's been a lot of hype and movement and writing and messaging and organizing with Pride Revolution and the Trans Empowerment Project. So if you've been following us on socials, on Instagram, TikTok, if you've been following on Twitch, actually, the fundraiser starts today and will go all the way until July 1st. A little bit about the Trans Empowerment Project. They are a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to moving the two-spirit, trans, intersex, and gender expansive community out of crisis and into empowerment by building sustainable systems of support and a thriving community founded by and led by BIPOC trans folks. Pride Revolution is a wonderful, wonderful collection of creators that are all getting together to put on a whole bunch of shows and fundraiser drives and everything like that to help kind of get some funding and support for these communities. I'm sure we've all watched the news. We've all seen some horrible things going down, especially in the States and in Alberta as well, for the trans community. Lots of laws being passed that are not super helpful and actively dangerous and harmful. So we are doing what we can to hype that up and support that community. And it's super close to my heart because that's my community. That's Sophia's community as well. So it's super close to home. So please do. You'll notice actually on our stream, I believe we do have the donation bar up and running.
There.
Shout out
You
to
almost
my
got
dad.
it. Yep.
Shout out to my dad for the first $25 in the stream. Thank you, Wayne. But please go visit the website, visit the Tiltify links. You can find them on all of our socials, on mine personally at It's Neon Graffiti or Logomancy's. They all lead you to the same place. And if you spend so much money, there are certain tiers that you can redeem, such as giving us extra dice, extra rewards, things like that, or having James and I punish ourselves with extremely hot liquor. Now that I think about it, every Wednesday I need to have that bottle ready just in case.
Yep.
You know what? Since James isn't here on Wednesdays, I'll do it with you, Neon.
You'll do it with me?
Aww.
Yes.
I won't.
You know what? I'll do it
I
too.
will find you.
So
David, I know where you
That's
live.
been
You do.
my week is a lot of hello, even footing games. It is wonderful to
have,
see all of
like,
you.
a
Thank you for
19
coming in for
raiders.
just the beginning of our
Hi.
stream. 19 Raiders. Come on in. Potions and Potpourri, thank you so much. Hampod, hey, nice to see you.
Remind me after stream, and I will add that to the website because it's not on our
Yes.
website right now. Logomancy.ca, by the way, for those of you who don't know. And we will be adding a trans T-shirt to our merch links, which is there's a couple of hiccups that have gotten in the way. All the proceeds from you purchasing those shirts will also go to this project.
Or you can also check it out at priderevolution2024.carrd.co, as well as the Pride Revolution site.
Fundraising.
So,
Woo!
fundraising. Woo! Come join in. Come have a good time. Come have a laugh. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Screw it, I gotta keep the tradition. Brian, how was your week?
It's going great. Just made a donation to Pride Revolution.
Nice.
You'll see an
Yay!
extra $100 popped in for you guys. So I believe that
It
gets
might
me.
take a second to come through. I'll go get it.
This is what love looks like. If you're curious what two players who love each other looks like, this is it. Making each other suffer.
This is.
Wait, do I have to grab something?
You said you would.
Oh,
Wait, did we meet
damn
the
it.
thing already?
I said I would too.
Fucking hate you.
Oh man, I'm gonna be putting.
I haven't even started the fucking stream.
I don't know what just happened.
They all agreed that they were also gonna do the shot with them.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So
Was there like a threshold or something like that?
I think it was,
don't
I think
understand.
$100 donation was the like straight up like you're good to
Oh,
go.
really? Okay, cool. I just like clicked on our links and I saw that there was like, oh, well, I was planning on donating 100. I didn't realize that you guys got something from it, but
So for those of you unaware,
Nope,
this
get
is
fucking
Dr. Rhyme Jackson's old-fashioned juice that makes you explode. It contains 95% grain alcohol, Carolina Reaper peppers, ice cream, vanilla scorpion peppers, vanilla bean, cherry ghost peppers, and orange habanero.
Before you take that,
I'm going to be
take a drink of
hydrating with
water.
this ham pot. I hope you're okay with that.
you're
Is beer good for spicy food? Someone help me out.
No,
Oh,
the
no.
carbonation will make it
I
worse.
my hand.
just get your milk.
There are
I don't-
worse things, but
I'm gonna go get some milk. Give me one moment, guys. I'm bringing the
Okay.
whole jug. I don't give a shit.
While we're doing that, Teagan, how was your week?
My week was
I had a whole
good.
week still.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, yeah.
I just did one thing a minute ago.
I'm like, that was really fast. Like, on that long? I blame
I
David.
gotta like put this on a shelf somewhere in vision of the camera.
But
Go for it, Brian.
my week has been fantastic. Feeling a lot better this week. I was ill last week. I'm feeling really good this
Jug
week.
of milk.
I've been working lots, working on the business lots. We are like one step away from having the business plan fully completed, flushed out with numbers and everything. That's the hardest part. It has been like 6 months of like building a ball, and we're about to start rolling it. So we're going to be creating a wellness center. For those who don't know, with a
I'm only
tea shop.
taking that much. I don't care.
Yeah, I want to see the shot. Hold on, get it in
I
you.
have a shot.
And-
I'm
and
not.
I'll-
I'm not doing a
Everyone
shot. I'm
who's
doing
in
a
is in?
splash.
Okay,
Yeah.
Three.
I
2, 1. Here's to queer happiness.
Here's where. Yeah, so we're building this
Oh, that cliche.
wellness center.
Oh, they put some hair.
Shop up front with a retail space. Get all your wellness needs. You want some crystals? You want some incense? You want some candles? You want some stickers?
I do want candles and incense, actually, so I'm going to wait for you to open.
Oh, don't wait for us to open. There's still going to be 6 months before we do that. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Super excited about it. Stay ready for head to fouryoursoul.ca.
Oh no!
Support us. Check in your email, and you'll be hearing all about it. Otherwise, the week has been good. Went to get my summer tires on, so car's all exciting now. Rips. I'll donate another 100 just to see that again.
Teagan, how was your week?
What happened to not wanting to see us in pain, Brian?
This isn't suffering.
Yes. My week was good. I spent Friday and Saturday at OdaFest volunteering with Extra Life down in the games
Go
section.
Extra Life.
Woo! I'm gonna plug it for a second. If you don't know, they raise money for the Children's Hospital, so near and dear to my heart. I'm sure a lot of people. Oh, great cause. Oh, that was hot still.
I'm loving
It
Um,
went in the back of my throat.
And then they were painting. We moved into our house last year, and then a year they do like touch-ups and stuff.
Mhm.
So they were doing painting yesterday.
Ah.
So after the cozy stream Monday, I went to a hotel for 2 days and got back this morning. That was fun.
How was your sleep at the hotel?
It was okay. 3 dogs getting up every 2 hours in the middle of the night to let them
God.
out. Or they whine to go into the bedroom to go on the comfy bed. It was not fun.
I'm glad you all
But
had great weeks.
good.
Something kind of funny. I've got this Tiltify up right here, where
Yeah.
it's accepting donations for Pride Revolution 2024. And I'm seeing why you guys just did all that drinking, because the second from the top is Dr. Ramshackle's juice that makes you explode. That's not the one I clicked. That's
no.
not the one I added to cart. There's
What did you add to
below
cart?
that. There's another second from the
Is it
bottom. Is buy a
propane
one
or-
shot for you and your friends for
Ah.
100.
We
So
we
you
know
guys
what you
have
wanted.
Yeah.
Just
We
'cause
know what you wanted.
I just wanted to donate $100 to a very good cause.
That's
Um,
fair. Absolutely. And as you
I don't need
should.
anything from that except a tax credit.
well, before we jump into some Dungeons and Dragons, because we're just about there, I want to say my week was made. I saw a water bomber. And I'm gonna like
Ooh.
this is my like unique happiness is like not only was it a water bomber, it was a CL-215, an original unmodified 215 with the original radials doing scooping, and I got to see it drop its payload. When I tell
Nice.
you 60 air cadets were screaming this pilot's registry number at the top of their lungs this weekend, I wish I had my aviation radio on me so I could call him, call up his radio, like his tail number, and go, hey, I just want you to know you're a hero to like 60 kids right now. And
us some-
6 adults.
You can catch the rest of this stream on Legends of Logomancy OnlyFans because I'm realizing I need to immediately not be wearing any clothes.
That's okay. I need to take my
driving-
sweater off.
Driving through BC during the fires last year,
Mm.
2 years ago rather, we got to see the planes fill up and drop.
Mm.
Actually, there was helicopters that were doing it as well, where they drop their big fucking baskets and then
Yeah,
go load it. What a sight to behold, man.
it's so cool.
I think I drank
Engineering.
half of my milk.
And with that said, let's talk about what happened last week.
Oh,
While 3 of our players struggle to breathe,
Worth it.
for those of you
I'm
just
good,
joining
actually.
us,
I've recovered.
It's my charity.
we have a band of adventurers here who are part of the Frontier Adventure Company who've been on their own various missions throughout. We had the conclusion not long ago to one of those arcs, or at least the beginning of the conclusion of one of those arcs, in which Casper Jordan managed to recover his daughter from the clutches of the mayor, aka James McAllister. After
Which is
some...
James, our
McCaskill.
yeah.
After some very heated personal discussions on the way back to Oak Lane City, the party took an opportunity to spend some downtime to recenter themselves, take an opportunity to talk a little bit, to have those conversations, and to get a really good feel for how they wanted to move forward. Some
That
fun
cleans your
conversations.
sinuses. Ooh.
Some fun conversations at a bar table, maybe tea with a suspiciously wise old lady, or just buying a gun. Not to mention, Casper got to take an opportunity to buy his daughter ice cream on the very expensive pier, so there was a little bit of a time for them to bond. At the end of
Still-
the session last week,
Sniff that ice cream.
they had a summons from their patron, however, which is less of one person and more of an entire organization, as they have been summoned to the hall. And that's where we left off.
On my lips
Shit, we
still.
gotta go.
What a
Where's the summon summoning us to?
Mm.
Is
We haven't read it yet. It was just slid
No.
to us.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 The opening letter, it's summons to the hall building. They have, much like the Masons in our world, they actually have physical buildings that are set aside. Unlike the Masons, they have actual power.
Oh, no, that was carbonated.
Welcome to hell, Neon. Put this higher.
Neon, give me a pit check. You sweating?
We're okay.
When do they want to meet us? Like right away?
At your earliest convenience is basically what the message says, which is rich people polite way of saying now.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
Should
guess
we,
we shouldn't keep them waiting. Be very testy.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to see us, I'm not against having a talk.
Ski's
it's
just gonna.
nosy.
Oh my god. Ski's gonna probably much just follow because Ski get lost.
Just Ski went Colt to hold her hand.
Ski would probably appreciate Colt because Ski gets lost and very distracted by shiny objects. So Ski's pretty much just like, ooh, no, Ski. Oh.
Okay. Colt will hold Ski's hand as they walk.
I just realized that again. Sorry, out of game for a moment. That $100 donation that said something about a fucking one shot neon.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. That's me. You want me to run that?
We're doing
I'll do
that.
it.
We're
I'll
doing
do
that 80s thing that you've been talking about.
The 80s. Yeah. We can talk details after. We'll do
Yeah,
that
of course. Yeah. I just wanted that on paper.
for sure.
Cool. Let's get to the Hall's building then, I guess. We're in trouble.
We got into
I ain't never once been in trouble in my entire life. I don't know what you're talking about.
detention. Are we going to detention?
We attacked one of our sugar daddies. Oh fuck.
The asshole had it coming.
Oh, he
He
did.
asked for it.
Yeah.
Ski did light the town on fire on her way out, though.
There's a door.
Door.
It's fine.
The Hall's building,
Yeah.
as you arrive, is somewhat unassuming. It's a brick structure, beautiful stonework on the sides. Like all in all, it's a gorgeous building. Don't get me wrong, but for how important the organization is, a simple 2-story brick building is not what you were expecting when you got in. However, arriving at the doors, the doors are large. It's very large oak doors making up the main way, and all of you have a relatively high passive perception. As you notice, the windows, like they're windows, but they don't look real. Like from the outside, like it's a window, it's got glass, it's got everything. It looks like the curtains are drawn. The more you look at it, though, the more you realize like that is a window that is like against a wall. There is nothing on the other side of that window.
Like a casino window.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Walking in, you find yourself in a large foyer that seems to occupy basically the entirety of the ground floor of this building that you would expect. There's chairs dotted about, very nice plush, like expensive looking chairs spread about in this space, and kind of a front desk space.
I'll mage hand the bell that's on the counter.
We're here for detention.
Now, I have to ask: is Casper the kind of person who rings it once, or does he ring it
Or
like
just, like-
once and then like have to ring it twice again afterwards?
No, it's just one time.
Just one ding. Okay, cool.
Can Ski go straight to the bell and just look at it and just be like,
Oh,
100%.
Do it. Do it.
ding,
Make you one of these.
ding. Just like keep on pressing it and then get more like fast and aggressive.
100% Ski can do
This is
exactly that.
perfect project for Belle. She can make you one. Okay,
Belle's
easy.
Belle.
That's enough.
Yeah. That should
Yeah.
be the name of our group.
Arriving at the desk, there's 2 attendants standing there that are, they look relatively bored. In the grand scheme of things, there's a human and a young. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by geeks. Like,
Ringing the bell.
He's going aggressively, just like as fast as possible. He go
Ski,
break the bell.
they're here. It's okay, you can stop.
there's a human male and an elven female standing at the desk. They're dressed very nicely, and they look bored until your presence, and then they look a little bit confused by your presence as you approach.
Howdy.
Good evening.
Who's got the letter? I don't have it.
I wrote it down. Cool. We received the summons from the hall.
You see them pick it up, and the elven woman takes it from the male, and as she does, she like snaps a finger, and you watch it burst into flames, and as it burns, it kind of like changes colors a little bit. First it burns as like a blue, and then it turns to like a green, and then as it disappears, it's this brilliant pink flash. And she goes, "Oh, so you have. Well, right this way." And she starts walking back towards what looks like an empty wall as you kind of follow her. And as you pass through the space where it feels like there's a wall, you feel kind of like a light tugging sensation, and then you are walking down a set of grand stairs into a building lower.
Oh, they got basement levels.
Ooh, they got basement.
It's a basic illusion spell to make it look like there's nothing there. So as you walk down, you know, you're kind of walking through. This is an opportunity for you to start to really understand some of the people. You see folks milling about, wearing the kind of clothing that's, you know, the shirts alone could probably pay for what all of you have collectively in your pockets, kind of thing. And as you walk further down, you find yourself in a large, almost like tunnel system. And if it was a normal tunnel system where, you know, stone and dirty and dingy and everything like that, it would kind of make sense for going down. But this is a meticulously crafted space. Every, you know, surface is beautiful and polished and taken care of. The pillars themselves that seem to support everything are carved from solid marble. Everything is a little bit milling about, in terms of, like, everyone that's there looks like they could just casually hang out on what would ostensibly be a work day. As you walk down, you notice there's large meeting rooms kind of off to the sides as you're passing through, and there's some people having conversations. There's, you know, some of the rooms have been converted over to small sitting spaces, and there's people having conversations and stuff like that. You don't stop at any of these. Instead, you find yourself walking to the end of this hallway where another couple steps down take you to a platform that is, you know, at the end is a set of large marble doors that are carved to fit into the face. They're intricately carved, and as you get closer to it, you know, what looks like a pattern of things you realize is a list of names. And this is the names of everyone who has ever been a member of the hall. Carved into the doors themselves. She stops at the spot, presents the ash of your letter kind of to the door for a second, and then blows. And as it blows against the door ripples with an unseen arcane energy, kind of casting along the surface and presenting itself in this soft glow. And then the doors swing open.
Did you fucking ad-lib that?
No. I've been thinking about this for a while.
All I was thinking was Ski was like, just like, they're fancy pantses and they make you walk all this way. Do they walk that every day?
I figured the outside was just a front.
Well, if you're wealthy, you don't flash your wealth.
The woman
That's
stops.
the difference.
She gestures towards the door and she bows very lowly towards you.
You're gonna hit the floor.
I will bow in return.
Yeah, a bit of a...
She doesn't seem to respond to your bow. She seems to be waiting for you to enter the room.
Ski gonna go inside. Ski-
Yep.
Okay.
Winter.
Ladies first.
Yeah. Après-vous. Do you say ladies first and then walk directly in?
Yes, absolutely.
Ladies first.
It's one of those ladies first. Huh. And then walks.
Like, wait, I'm a lady.
Wait a minute, that's me.
I'm super here for that.
Entering into the room, it's kind of, you know, the another goes another $1.
All right, for everybody who's new to this stream, my camera hates me. Everybody knows that my camera hates me. Every time it does that, which is now shorter and shorter time, I put $1 into the donation jar. At the end of this whole series, I will take what I have in the donation jar and I will donate it to a charity of our choice.
For this month, for the tech for this month, could we donate this month's and Pride Month specifically to Trans Empowerment Project?
You know what, Neon? I will take whatever this month and last month and the month coming, and I will donate it myself.
It's going to be a lot of money.
Thank you so much.
We are at like $13.
I keep
That's a
seeing
good
this
amount of dollars.
really, really big like counter that you could 3D print all the parts and put it together. When you hit the button on top, it goes up a number. And I'm like, oh, that'd be really, really fun
It'd
for
be
camera
so
fails.
funny.
Just look
Yeah.
up and be like,
Heading
Oh
into
no,
the
we were
room-
at $10, but there's some people here who have like $1 and everything. In total, it's 13.
Heading into the room looks kind of like you would imagine the full courtroom from Phoenix Wright, like attorney at law to look like.
Oh no, we're going to court.
It's
Objection!
So the walls are flanked by people who look to be relatively important, that are members of this. They're seated there, and they seem to be conversing until you walk in, and then all of them kind of stop and regard you as you walk through the door. And then as you get a little bit closer towards the end, where instead it would normally be the two the two lawyers and like whoever they're working with, and then there's like, there's like the person testifying, and then there's the judge. So there's still that top position where there's somebody sitting there who's watching as you come in. But where the lawyers' benches are, they're turned to kind of face down, so it creates a presence of hierarchy between who's actually in charge in this room, and the people that are present. Sitting at the benches that are lower, there are a series of, 4 individuals on either side. One is a human. He's dressed very plainly for somebody who would probably have a presence in this space. But you notice that, like, as you're walking by, his face and much of his hands and everything are scarred. Clearly, this is a man who's seen combat. The next is a woman who is dressed very opulently, but every bit of her opulence as you walk by tends to be, it's opulent, but it's functional. Every bit of it is designed to serve a purpose. And you watch as she plays with the many rings on her hands and regards you, not disdainfully, but in that same way that you might observe like an ant walking around the ground. She thinks very lowly of you, and it's very apparent from what it is.
What race is she?
She's human as well.
Okay.
So almost everyone sitting in this collection is human. On the other side, there is a very old man who's kind of sitting there. He's kind of got a passive look, like he wasn't really paying much attention to the world around until you walked in. And you watch as his eyes go from this kind of dreamy, I'm not really here, I don't really need to pay much attention, to a very sharp and suddenly focused attention. And next to him is a woman who is also dressed very plainly. Every element of her, though, is very carefully manicured. Sophia, for you would recognize sitting around her neck is a talisman to the life goddess of the Oaklane religion.
As we walk in and start seeing these people, that gentleman that was kind of dreamy and then focused,
Yeah.
are they focusing on any one of us in particular, or
No,
just
just your group. Yeah. Sitting kind of up at the top, in that top spot, is an elven woman. She's got a beauty that's timeless. It's really hard with the Serusha. It's really, really hard to tell how old they actually are. They're a bit of a tricky race to figure out. Elves age very slowly, and when it comes to the Serusha specifically, they've got a very graceful presence, a very straight setting, and the way they dress themselves and they manufacture every element of their appearance, there's a great deal of care to take it. So it's really hard to nail exactly how old this woman is. You can tell she's older as elves go, but the exact age would be lost on you. And then standing at the base of her space is James McAllister.
God damn it! This motherfucker!
Of course.
But
also would love to acknowledge another raid popped in We're up to
Yeah,
13.
Magic Academy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome on in,
Academy.
Raiders. All 13 of you. Come pull
Hello,
up a seat.
Raiders.
We're going to court.
Hi.
I hope you like Phoenix Wright, because baby, we're about to be wrong.
You were about to be wrong. Yeah. See, I don't want to be. We knew we were seeing this fucker again. Could it give
Yeah.
us at least one session, David?
No.
We got one. We
So,
got one.
I did get one.
So
the thing you will notice almost immediately about James McAllister that you were looking at now versus the James McAllister that you last saw, even taking into account the somewhat disheveled status of him being exhausted and worn down by your attacks, the man you're looking at now looks perfect.
Just
Oh man, really hurt him.
You know.
Like every bit of him looks perfect. The way that he's put together, the way that he's there, and as you enter the room, you can see he was having a conversation with the elf woman, and he's got a hand in his pocket. And he turns around to face you, and he goes, "Ah, it's my friends. I'd missed you."
would
Mr. McAllister,
You
we've
again,
been
Mr.
missing you
McAllister.
too. You look tired.
What can I say?
Doctor Who?
I've lost some sleep.
are you
well.
toasty?
Magic takes a toll, doesn't it?
At the end of kind of in like sitting in the kind of crescent that it forms, there's a table that's been set up with 5 chairs for the collection of you. The elven woman kind of sits there and she gestures towards the seats, and she goes, "If you would please take a seat, get comfortable. Can we get you anything?"
I mean, water'd be good. Been a while since I had some of that.
Of course. And you watch her kind of like, she kind of like gestures off to the side, and like, you don't even see them come in. There's just somebody there, like, putting down a pitcher of water and glasses. Like, they knew that was going to be what you asked for. They bow, and then they're gone.
Describe these chairs for me. Are they like floppy little folding chairs? Are they like high carved
they-
wooden chairs?
They're like beautifully carved, ornate wooden chairs. The table itself is like, it's a species of wood you've never seen before. It's very expensive looking, and to them, they're treating it kind of like they are those floppy folding out chairs.
Do they have arms built into them? Are they armless?
They're
I
armed
was
chairs.
it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were gonna do that
You
thing
you
where you were
first.
just gonna move it in and straddle it, weren't you?
Oh no, I'm still gonna do that.
Just like
Yeah, I'm gonna spin the chair around so the back is in front of me, and I'm gonna Riker maneuver so hard and get my leg up and over the back and straddle the chair, even if I'm just staring at wood.
Parts is
Well, I mean, to do that successfully, you'd be sitting on the arms of the chair,
Yes.
still looking over it, but your butt is hanging there, like in between the two arms.
I am clenching, and there is no droop.
Parts is sitting sideways in a chair, like
Like
kind of
side-
like arms on one armrest behind her, and then like her legs like hooked over the other arm.
Yeah,
Just kind of lounging across it.
the bisexual
God,
sit,
I love gay
understand.
people.
Yeah, very.
Casper's going to attempt to cast levitate on himself and
dear
sit
God.
like an inch off the chair. He's just gonna hover over top of the chair. I don't want to sit in your chair. I'm not a
Colton Ski, your turn. How you sitting?
Great.
What are
For
you sitting?
Ski, I think Ski would just take off her axe and just slam it onto the table, probably breaking some glasses, and just like cross-legged, like just hugging her knees, like
On
just
the
hugging
table.
her knees on the table. Fuck the chair. Ski's sitting on the table. Ski doesn't know.
Nice.
Everybody's sitting weirdly. Ski's like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Just
Yeah.
sitting on the table.
Oh. Colt's like, oh my gosh.
Poor Colt.
Colt's probably going to be the only one to sit normal on the chair.
Colt's like,
Probably.
These are my
How
friends.
tall are the chairs?
Like they're like a regular height chair, I guess I would say, like a I don't know, like a dining room table chair, I guess would be kind
Oh.
of.
So he'd probably sit more, I guess, to the front of the chair because it's shorter.
And a quick timing question: where are we in the day right now?
It'd be like early afternoon.
Okay, so we have rested since
Yes.
like the boat
Oh.
and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure to
Consider yourself rested.
because I'm like, oh, I actually don't even have a second level spell slot.
Does Colt recognize anyone in the room besides McAllister?
You would,
course.
yes. Actually, I was going to give you that. So, the man that you first saw is Eric Voss. That's ARICVOS.
One more time. AR.
ARICVOSS.
Alright.
So at one point he was like a well-regarded fighter in the Oak Lane military. He rose through the ranks pretty naturally for his talent for conflict management and everything. At this day, he oversees the entirety of the Oak Lane military. He is the commander-in-chief under the president.
Shit.
He's kind of like a pretty important man. He's taken time to but as you would know of him, him dressing down, not wearing all the medals on his chest that he has very much earned, is very much in line with his character. That is who he is as a person. The woman next to him, the woman who was very flagrantly dressed, she runs what is effectively the remnants of the Thieves Guild. It is a gray organization versus the underground dark organization it used to be. She is more well known for having brought it somewhat in line with the law, questionably in line with the law, in the fact that the Thieves Guild is not necessarily just about thievery and assassinating. There's a lot of other elements that go to it. A lot of famous detectives for the marshals are members of the Thieves Guild because of the skills that they offer. So there are other elements that come into it. The name's just stuck over the years. The man who was kind of disregarding you is the head of the School of Magic here in Oak Lane City. So he is the headmaster of the school. He is old, but like with a capital O. Nobody's actually sure how old he is, but they're pretty sure he's human, so that's the confusing bit of it. And then the last woman is Myra Thornfield. She is the head of the oh man, I changed their name. Hold on. I apologize.
So in other words, we're screwed.
Nah, we're good.
These are just some of the most important people in all of Oak Lane. Oh my god. Flash banging myself here.
I'm sure they're just here to tell us what good job we've been doing.
Yes, and to have him apologize right in the front, right? That's what he's here for. He's here to say sorry. Did we ever donate that money?
The Order to
yet.
Restore Faith. She's the head of the Order to Restore Faith. Effectively, it is a coalition of all of the large temples, and opposed to everything Sophia as a preacher stands for.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Don't start shit.
Look,
The last person,
I'll get us out.
is Elindra Starshade, and I'm probably even butchering my own spelling of that, but that is an elven name. She is the direct representative of the Serusha to the Oak Lane Republic. Effectively, she speaks for the high houses of the Serusha in all matters related to the Oak Lane Republic. And then obviously you know McAllister. You do
we know
recognize
him.
some of the faces of the people that are in the stands, various very important business people, old money type folks, or people that are very similar situations to those that are sitting kind of at this table. Alindra sits forward as you all settle yourselves in and goes, I'm glad you've made yourselves comfortable. Mr. McAllister, you're dismissed. And he bows and he leaves the room. And she goes,
Sweet dreams.
For people that don't know, Sophia likes to message McAllister in his sleep.
in the middle of the night.
Oh, I'll message tons of people every night.
Yeah.
Any third level spell slot I do not have spent.
Gets message.
It's hilarious. Some people are probably having mental breakdowns as we speak.
As they should.
Colt's dad is probably one of them.
I mean, his oven is never left on, though.
It's true.
Yeah, so she leans forward and she goes, well, I assume you understand why we called you here. I'm not going to belittle your intelligence and pretend otherwise. Yes, Miss Skileta.
Why are we here?
Well, you've attacked a member of this organization. Yes.
But he was an asshole.
I understand that the complexities of what this group represents. Yes, Miss Skileta.
He stole a child.
I understand the complexities of this organization
Hey, maybe let her finish her
might be
sentence.
lost on you, and what we ultimately aim to achieve.
I was gonna tell her to let the place on fire too. Do I not tell her that?
I think she knows what
No,
happened.
don't tell her that.
Oh, okay.
Now, of course, there are issues that arrive within this group all the time, bidding wars and matters of estate that come up. But we, of course, need to take an opportunity to get to the bottom of exactly what happened and to make sure that you, as patrons of this organization, are doing what is in the best interest of us. Now, I'm not here to say that what you did was wrong. And you watch a couple of like members of the like galley that's sitting off to the side murmur to each other. She goes, Lord knows I wouldn't mind an opportunity to take a swing at Mr. McAllister myself.
He's an asshole, right? See, she agrees.
I mean,
Of course,
not
we need to understand the circumstances that led up to this incident. So,
Of course, ma'am.
Mr. McAllister has, of course, taken the time to explain it in detail.
Well, his side, if you would, ma'am.
Of course. And you know, as with all things here, as you are direct representatives of the hall as our patrons, we convened this meeting. Mr. Starling, I understand you know who everyone here is in this room. I will leave you to fill in your friends at your earliest convenience. What matters now is that they represent the individuals who have significant sway in this organization and ultimately decide our motion going forward. As I understand it, to Miss McCoy, the circumstances of our interest in your group were made clear. Relayed to you somewhat unevenly. But, of course, now, all of that said, I'd love to hear how you feel events played out.
Ski's like, I should shut up. Ski's like,
Is
"There's
she,
probably
though?
another
Is that what Ski's thinking?
No, Ski would raise their hand up high, like, I'll go.
Yes, Miss Skileta.
Okay, so we heard that there
The
were
applause.
bad
Did anyone else
people.
hear that?
We heard that there were bad people. We were looking for Casper's daughter.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
And
think-
he
I
was
think-
being really nerd, talking shit, and was trying to. Oh, am I good?
You
Wait,
blinked
am I
out for
gone?
a second, but I think you're okay,
Okay.
now.
All right, cool. My Wi-Fi's been acting weird. Like even roll for beer yesterday. And we went to brunch, and he was being mean, and we did attack him first. We did do that. But then he killed my friend, one of my bestest friend, Casper here, and we brought Casper back to life. And then we took his daughter, and he had no problem of us taking the daughter, the granddaughter, because he was originally going to give her to us anyways, I think. So we took her, and then we left the town, and I lit the door on fire with a Molotov cocktail. I have more, if you would like to see them. Yeah. Did I do good, guys?
You
Perfect.
You did
did
wonderful,
something
Steve.
ski.
This thing.
Mr. Jordan,
Present.
out of curiosity, Miss Skileta has done an excellent job of filling us in. Would you care to elaborate a little bit on the circumstances with which your daughter came to be in possession of Mr. McAllister?
I plead the fifth.
As I don't understand.
Sorry. Right. Well, usually try to keep myself brief. James had my daughter for some reason. I think his son killed my wife and took her for him, or maybe just did that on his own volition. Still not entirely sure. He was keeping her safe and well. For that, I begrudgingly thank him. However, he was also filling her head full of lies, saying that I was dead, that he was her grandfather. I mean, she does have a grandfather, James. That's not him. Now, we just went there, had a civil conversation. For the most part, we had a civil conversation. He slandered and yelled, and well, not yelled, but he made evil remarks. And there was nothing left for us to do but defend ourselves and our honors. So, we left with my daughter, and he did strike me down for my, I suppose, insolence or whatever you may call it. But yeah, I feel like anyone who's holding a child captive should probably be, removed from any associations that they're part in. Otherwise, you might assume that the association is okay with those sort of things. That doesn't shed nice light on the entire lot of everybody here.
Without answering your accusation, Mira Thornfield goes, and as I understand it, this preacher was responsible for the first attack, correct?
No,
is correct.
Your Honor, no.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm going to step in there for 1 second. No, there were multiple attacks, mentally, verbally, made our way. Already with holding captive of my daughter, I would consider an attack to me and my family. So I wouldn't say that Miss Sophia here was the first to make an attack. Maybe the first physical attack. But if we want to just call everything else not an attack, I disagree with that language. Anyway, pardon me, Sophia.
No, I thank you, Mr. Flint, but I will own up to the first physical altercation. That being said, there is weight to Casper's statement as well. The entire brunch was a thinly veiled invitation to come and have us all sit down and belittle and try to sow seeds of despair and discourse within us and between us. And I won't stand for that. Not in my house, not in my sacred space, which happens to be anywhere I am.
Good line.
It was good. I like it.
Mira smiles, not politely. It's that like way you smile at a child that said something that you feel is foolish.
Aw,
where it's the
darling.
kind of look like two white people seeing each other from across the room and needing to, you know. The rogue leans forward, Leora, and she goes, "I'm a little uncertain, if you'll excuse me, on the details of how you came to even know Mr. McAllister was in possession of this girl."
We
He,
have done some research, ma'am.
He also has a tendency to parade her around the town. We were invited to a event at which he introduced himself, showed up as the host of the event, and then also introduced the granddaughter. At least that's what I saw. I wasn't in audible range, but I could see the event from a different space.
We were searching about the Black Phoenix gang and how he is connected to it because he's an asshole. Just looking at the guys like, I'm doing good.
Leora continues with the event. What was it?
I think. Sorry, Colt will speak up and be like, "We had been invited by Mr. McAllister to attend a poker event. He did not want to see one of the players win."
Who?
His name.
Sorry,
What was his name? I can't remember.
I feel
either.
like Hearts would remember his name, but I definitely don't right now.
Yeah, I introduced myself, so I would have gotten his name, but I don't remember off the top of my head right now.
Let me hear.
McCoy. His last name was McCoy.
McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Hearts would, of course, remember that.
You
Hearts
knocked
did
him out
all of
first.
them.
Yes.
One letter.
I think it was like Jebediah or something like that.
Yeah.
McCoy. Oh. Yeah, Jebediah McCoy.
Excuse me. I see. And she looks over towards Eric, and she kind of offers a coy little smile. He rolls his eyes for a minute, and he leans forward, and he's like, in the process of this conflict, did anyone else get involved? Was it just Mr. McAllister? Did he directly put the town in any danger?
Yes.
That's a loaded question.
I feel like the
Oh,
entire
yes.
town is in danger
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
of his magic. The town of Colston, was it?
Corsten.
Corston? The entire town of Corston is, shall I say, under his spell. There's mind-altering magic going on, and he said for him, it's a snap to do it. So he's got the entire town befuddled. So I'd call that damaging.
He kind of looks over across to Eldrick, the wizard, who's like very like stereotypically like stroking the beard kind of thing as you're going through.
It's giving Dumbledore vibes.
Yeah, well, Hearts and Casper, you know when somebody's putting on a show. You've seen when somebody's lying, in different ways, and in this you can tell that the idiot wizard or the wise old wizard is very much an act, that he's putting on. But he's going through with it. He's stroking his beard. He goes, interesting. A whole town under a single spell.
Multiple.
I would like to cast Zone of
Nobody
Truth.
said that was a single spell. That was.
Mr. McAllister himself has told us that there are layers upon layers of spells.
And honestly, you can just feel it if you have any kind
Another
of experience
$1.
with
Sorry.
magic. It is just layer on layer on layer of I don't even know. I don't know how anyone in that town even functions should any of that unravel.
You said Zone of Truth, correct?
I would like to cast Zone of Truth on the wizard before he makes his statement about whether this is a capable thing or not.
Okay. Give me it in chat really quickly here.
It is verbal and somatic. If I can, I would like to roll a sleight of hand check to keep it under the table.
Kind of like whispered and yeah, okay. I'll let you do that. Give me a sleight of hand real quick.
I'm also sitting backwards on the chair,
Yeah, so you're.
which means they can't see my torso or hands.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on it.
25.
Ooh, shit.
Wait, no, he has to make a save, doesn't he? He
Must
had disadvantage
make
on the
a
charisma save. Oh, no. Sleight of hand,
charisma.
yes. Sleight of hand, 25. And then he has to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Would they do like a perception or something to? Oh, I guess it would be passives, right?
Yeah,
25 clearly has to be passive. Please, for the love of God.
I'd hope so.
he failed.
Yes.
You watch as he sits there and he kind of smiles. It's a very knowing smile. It's probably the first second where you see like really that mask slip of the kind of like clumsy brain out into the wild wizard. And he speaks very plainly and he goes, in things of magic, maintaining a spell that large would require an incredibly strong user, or something else at their disposal. And he looks over towards the elven woman and goes, well, nothing they've said has been untruthful so far. Mind you, neither was anything he said. They both spoke their truth. I do have one last question, of course.
Before we continue forward, I'd like to ask a question, and pardon, I feel like I'm speaking out of turn.
Oh, go
In
ahead.
such a room of such high and established folks. You know he has an artifact like that.
Oh, I do.
He has it. You know it's happening.
There
And,
are societal conditions we all play within. This room. There's people here that think the rings we wear on our fingers make us more important than everyone else. And there's people even on this bench. And you can see him gesture just a little too long to Mira.
Is there like
Like-
a harumph from someone?
Like insultingly towards her.
Mira is the head of which again? Is she the
The order
religious
to
or the-
restore.
Or okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Order to
Basically,
restore
like
faith.
they don't want the things like preachers to exist. They don't want the mixing of religion. And he kind of like gestures about and he goes, "There's people here that like their self-importance. James McAllister's one of them. He likes to come in here, make a show. But unfortunately, as with the laws of nature, there are rules even we play by. Unfortunate as it may be. You understand that, preacher."
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a free bird.
The gods pull in their funny ways, don't they?
Yeah.
And you
if you
watch
let
like
'em.
Mira like twitch, like you can see her visibly be like angry about that statement. These two hate each other, like outside of the
Oh,
game,
absolutely.
they absolutely hate each other.
I can't wait for them to
Couldn't
get out of
tell.
this room and start kissing so hard.
Yeah.
Tension is-
Fight, fight, fight. Kiss,
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 kiss.
kiss.
The reason, the question you're not asking, is why are we asking you this? I'm assuming. Am I correct, Miss Belle?
Something along those lines. You know.
Every bit that we do has purpose and ceremony and required gravitas, so that people here feel like they're important.
That's a big word.
They're
A useless one.
You understand well. They insist on us playing this game, and at the end of the day, all the cards on the table, research and study and understanding of things is going to reveal a lot more than asking questions. Formalities, what they are. But how about we stop the charade? He kind of looks around at his fellow people and goes, why don't we actually tell them why they're here?
would
I
love
would also
that.
like to point out that I cast Zone of Truth centered on the wizard, so anyone within a 15-foot radius sphere around the wizard is also affected by Zone of Truth.
Hell yeah! Let's do this.
You notice that, like, Mira has not said anything since this has happened. She is just glaring daggers. And like that comment is directed 100% at her. Like that's not meant for anyone else. He's like, so you found a powerful magical artifact.
Oh, Mr. Hammer!
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
Yes.
Mr.
That's why we built
Hammer!
the game.
Do you know what that artifact is?
It's Mr. Hammer, and you
I
shall
think I
respect
have a rough
his name.
understanding.
We have a idea.
Mr. Hammer.
That artifact, and he looks over to Mira with his smile. And he looks back to you.
I love this guy!
Looks
He's
good.
gonna make him her friend.
And he's like, it can destroy items made out of a material called arcanium. Arcanium.
You have a-
Interesting.
Do you have a problem pronouncing that, or?
That's not what we usually call it, but we'll carry on with that.
What do you usually call it?
It is magic concentrate, is the word we use. And you watch him like fumble over the words like pieced together for him, and he's the side effect of Zone of Truth is he has to speak the truth, but one of the elements of that is he is learning in real time how little of his own truth he actually understands.
Oh, buddy, he's having an emotional crisis on the stand.
Aw.
And he's loving this. I will 100% tell you. You can tell he's loving this. He's a little perplexed as the words like stitch themselves together for him.
Like I said, a free bird.
That hammer is spicy.
Yes. Arcanium is a powerful magical artifact that is definitely not from our plane. The problem is, somebody went and nailed a new god to the ground. He looks over at Mira again, and he looks back
he's
at
gonna be
you,
like,
and he's like, and changed the balance of power. And you five fit perfectly with prophecy.
Ski's gonna look very
Change is
confused.
inevitable.
What's the prophecy?
It's like when your mom tells you something's gonna happen and then it does, and turns out she was right all along. Like when she says, "Hey, put that down, or you're gonna take someone's eye out," and then you actually take someone's eye out.
There.
It's a moment of prophecy. It's gifted
I've
upon
never
mothers
had a mom.
often.
Oh.
Well,
We are papa then.
Oh, okay.
maybe not your papa. I don't think he was that divinely inspired. I'll be honest with you.
Remember when he said snitches get stitches, and that person showed up with stitches the other time?
Yes, I cut their finger off and got Tazborn to re-sew it back on.
Exactly. Prophecy.
They're
Prophecy.
my understanding of them
Killing
is
the DM. Yes.
like my understanding of prophecies is they're loose, but they're literal in the same sense.
Oh, they are. That's the beauty of all of this. Every scrying mage will tell you that the deeper you stare into the great divinations of the world, the more you start to understand that a prophecy isn't true once, but it's also not fully true until it's true fully. Yes.
He's like, what? What? Anyone else getting this? I don't understand.
There are conditions at play, and Mr. McAllister would like it very much if he stayed on one side of those conditions. Hence, dragging you all here so that we could have this conversation. And at this point, you can see the other members being like, please shut the fuck up. Like, it's like visible on their thing. And he's like, I've lived too long for this. I don't care.
Sophia is like
I'm
living through it.
living for this, yeah.
And so
Says
I'm
the hat
taking
is
this
off.
opportunity to expound upon you that there are members in this room right now who would rather see you
Maria?
dead.
What are you mind naming them?
Oh.
Are you one of them?
Oh no. No.
What's your name?
Hmm?
What's
Oh.
your name?
Gotta make sure I pronounce this right. Eldrick.
Eldrick. Eldrick. My name is Ski. Do you want to be my friend?
I would love to be your friend, Ski.
Yay!
Yeah.
It's Muriel that he keeps looking at, correct?
Mira.
Mira. Or Mira.
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 And she is a preacher?
She's a cleric. She's a straight
She's a
up
cleric.
cleric.
How do you?
Wonderful.
Quick
Oh.
question. How do you spell his name?
Gotcha.
Eldric.
ELDIRC.
Eldric. Yes.
RIC.
And he's like, well, on that note, one of you is going to die regardless.
Huh?
Oh yes, that's the thing about prophecy. They
Hello, folk and myth.
as they get a little bit tidier to things, one of you is going to kill a god and die in turn. And then we don't know what happens, because here's the beautiful thing about prophecy. Typically it's woven by the fates, and killing a god unbalances them. I'm
Do you know
curious which one
who-
you'll kill.
Do you happen to know who foretold this prophecy?
No, names are lost.
Okay.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome.
Thank you. Come on in.
And he
From,
looks over to
folk
Mir.
and myth.
Tears of the Storm.
He looks over to Mira and goes, do you have anything to say? Come now. I think we're within 15 feet of each other.
Oh! I can love this guy.
Yes.
He's our new friend.
Oh, that's too
She has
good.
I
also
love
failed,
him.
by the way, her charisma saving throw.
Fucking saving. Yeah, zone of truth.
And you watch her like
Sophia is eating this more and more. She's gone from like sitting on the chair and like being reserved to like leaning forward. The hat is like on the table now. She's just smiling ear to ear.
Ski is taking out the moonshine that she has, is just sipping it and passing it around the table. Like, anyone want a hit of this? Like, this is-
I'm good right now.
Casper levitated like 6, 7, 8 inches. Like, leaning into it. Oh.
he's drifting
You are in
slightly
the corner.
forward. He's got such a lean going on. He's just kind of like bouncing off the table.
Colt has like his
We are
elbows
in
on the,
hall's
table.
room.
Like,
The hall is in our room.
Hearts is lounging there, like the facial expression and posture, definitely what everybody would expect when she's just come back from the bar after a couple of drinks and taking everyone there for every cent in their pocket.
Feeling pretty bold.
Loving this.
Mira's like, I don't have anything that is wise to say to you.
Oh, but don't you? I
Aw,
mean,
she's
after
choosing her words
all,
carefully.
Don't you want to talk about religion?
Not in the presence of that
Don't you want
thing.
to?
What thing?
Well, that's very rude.
That's very rude.
That's
Do you
what
hear
I was
this,
thinking
Hall?
too.
They're being racist.
Hush, hush. And here I was hoping I could teach you how to preach later.
There's no teaching some folks.
Do we get
Nah,
to
but-
know?
If
Oh,
if the frontier is civilized, there'll be no need of your kind.
aw, baby.
You seem like
If
a
the
hoe.
front-
And I
if the
learned what that
frontier
means
is-
personally just today. You seem like one.
So, who did you nail down? Down. Which
If the
god?
frontier is
Oh,
civilized,
so she is a hoe.
I love this. I love all of this. If the frontier is civilized, you'll be able to scream whichever god's name you want.
Jeez. We are just being very.
You gotta blame that.
the reaction of the wizard guy just losing his mind like this is awesome.
He's like,
That's
I
the-
love this.
These are my new favorite frontier. I'm
Like
very happy
you
response with them.
straight up watch the wizard conjure popcorn, and he's just like,
He's like, can I have some?
Yeah,
Wait,
made hand comes
Chinese?
out.
You know, the best part about being filthy from your eyes, Mira, is that I'm forbidden fruit.
you watch
come on,
this
speak up.
shut up.
Butthole.
She just like bites her tongue and doesn't say anything. You could see like she's been egged on, like aggressive. She wants to say something, but at this point she's not. And she's like just
Come
actively
on.
fighting against it.
I
Speak
would
up.
like you to answer my question, ma'am.
What was that?
Which god did you nail down?
None.
It was another god. They have a tendency to do that.
So you allowed it. Gotcha.
Question for my friend.
That's a yes.
Yes, Ski. Of course. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi. You were talking about prophecy. So can I ask why are we really here?
Yes, of course. Real reason you're here. One, I wanted to see her squirm a little bit. Always great to do that.
She seems like a
You're welcome.
fine person.
Her type have always misunderstood the world. And two, I wanted an opportunity to meet you. And Alindra also leans forward and goes, that is agreed upon by this group entirely, is that we wanted an opportunity to meet and better understand who you are. And you can see like she's like side-eyeing Mira, which a look that like very clearly says, shut the fuck up.
Mira, you have something else to say?
We've only been a group
Are you-
for less than a year, and we're already wanting to, Paul's already wanting to know about us.
Oh,
We feel honored.
Well met.
You've made quite the name for yourselves.
I lit a town on fire.
You have, and you split a man in twain, but you've also taken a middle of nowhere outpost and turned it into a well-respected town. Something
Trying
of,
to get a treat there.
of interest to all of us in this organization.
I mean, it's something you're not going to find in a town that only has one religion in it.
Looking like he does
I
not
love
want to
this.
like dogpile onto the situation, Eric Voss leans forward and he's like, I do have reservations about my esteemed colleague's prophecy and his belief in your importance, namely the overall implications of what could possibly happen when we don't know what happens after. There are
Oh, don't we live that every day? We don't know what happens the next day.
sort
Just
of
pray and hope for the best.
in matters of military and state. Members like esteemed Professor Blackwood across from me result in an understanding of the world around us. Divination magic to predict certain events leads to a spider web of possibilities. But the interesting fact about the 5 of you is the farther along you go, the less strands there are on that spider web. Now, the thing about this prophecy is this isn't the first time this has come around. I'm sure as these have been, as the hammer has been let out into the world and lured about, it's never come this close. This time, of course, things could change. I'm sure my esteemed colleague, Miss Thornfield, would prefer it that way. However, when it comes to understanding the world at large, we don't understand you well enough. Although, I feel like we're starting to get a good idea of who you are as people.
I mean, best
the
venturing
hammer.
accompanying this side of the river, and the other side too. Not
There's a
to-
river?
Yeah, we sailed on it.
We were on it.
Oh, right. He's just like,
Alindra leans forward and she goes, "It is the right of a member of the Hall to request compensation for perceived misdoings upon each other. It's one of the elements that keeps actors like Mr. McAllister at play and keeps him in check. Many ask,
what do you want?
I don't get to make that request. Mr. McAllister does, and he has yet to make one. Just a formal declaration that he intends to.
Does he just want some balm for his hand then? Because that's all the damage he sustained. We left with property that was our own. We came in there and did our bidding. We were owed a favor for what we were doing. And bad happened to the gentleman. The gentleman, Jesus, what am I calling him?
I mean,
man.
I'd be more than happy to pray for him to whatever God he so choose.
Oh, that's kind.
This organization is built a little bit trickier. Mr. Starling will understand. The individuals that find themselves in attendance of these walls tend to view slights differently.
So we hurt his ego? That's what you're saying? We the little guy wants his ego nourished or what? Like,
I would say that's a fair assessment of the situation Mr. McAllister finds himself in. Truthfully,
what a, oh my God.
Normally in these situations the resolution would be a duel, although
I'll do it.
Not
You know.
yet. Not yet.
I feel if he wishes to claim that, he will do so at a later time. That seems to be more of his style. And with yet indeterminate allies, we appreciate the work you've done so far. The tricky bit is, the other element that would appease someone like Mr. McAllister would be to let you go, and we simply cannot afford that
Huh?
as your patron.
Mm.
We feel there are
Especially with-
things at play where it is better to understand you and to be there to support you should you need it than to have that happen. So the only fair element is to elevate your patronage slightly, such that the 5 of you may call yourselves members of this organization. And with our
I would
patronage,
Humbly request not to have my name on that there door.
we will, well, technically it doesn't go on the door until you die, so you've got time.
I've already done that.
Until you stay,
I did it
Not yet.
too.
I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're not
not
allowed
yet.
to get better.
I got better.
Not allowed to get better. I
Who are
like
you
that
so
one.
wise in
that.
the ways of science?
But before you leave, to whatever duties you may attend, we will grant you your conditional membership, shall we call it? As long as we may be patrons of yours, you may call the hall home.
Weird home.
But
We're,
There's no
hold on.
beds.
Conditional
sign-in bonus?
members?
yes, a membership into the hall for your first year is conditional. On continued success or whatever the conditions it was that you were
Understood.
allowed to. So, in your case, your conditions would be to reach the end of your prophecy, whatever
Alright.
that might be.
I mean, I feel like that's something we were just gonna do anyway. So
That's kind of like what a prophecy means, right? Like we don't have
yeah,
an
you
option.
just kind of do it anyway.
Did
It'll-
we really need this conversation? He's just
No,
like,
no, no. Hold on, Ski. Hold on, Ski.
Just
They
meeting-
are offering some other things as well. And honestly, it's nice seeing you, Mira. It's good. I haven't seen you in person yet, and it's nice watching you squirm.
I made a new friend who makes popcorn. Like Ski has popcorn now. What the fuck?
He conjured some for Ski.
I will say, at this time, we have no further questions, just an opportunity to know you better and judge your character. And we would thank you for your time. And please, at the front desk, your rings will be waiting for you.
All right.
Well then, assuming, and she kind of looks towards the door McAllister left out of, she waits a minute. There will be no interruptions going forward. We thank you for your time and patience in joining us, and we look forward to continuing our relationship.
Sophia has a new
Likewise.
spending buddy.
Oh, I have multiple.
Do we have to
it's-
walk all the way back? Is there like a back exit or a faster way?
We'll have to walk all the way back.
It's the presentation of it all, you know.
That seems like a lot of work.
You get your steps in.
Just for like 5 minutes of talking. I feel like it was longer to walk here than it was the actual meeting. And like looks at Hearts and be like, Hearts, back me up on this. Am I right?
I mean, it was an interesting meeting, however.
And Ski just like, could someone tell me the prophecy again? I was not paying attention.
That one of us is gonna kill a god and then we're gonna die.
How do we know which one?
Roll the dice.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think.
I don't think we know till it happens.
But it's with Mr. Spicy Hammer.
Yeah, I'm
think
pretty
so.
sure it's involved somehow.
And Mr. Asshole doesn't want us to do it.
Is that a question
likely.
to the room, or is that to your friend?
Yes. That's to, that is to everybody there. Ski is not whispering. Just said that. The asshole doesn't want us to do it.
Leora, that's the woman who is dressed all finely. She kind of smiles and she goes, I think he hopes that we've put our bet on the wrong horse.
Why are you betting on horses? The gliders are way better. They run faster on the sand. God damn it!
Been very profitable for our Pride Revolution folks.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
It's for charity. It's for charity.
Ominous.
Casper
I
would,
see what you did there.
Yeah.
Casper would just like to, I guess, address the person who's been talking to us the most and just be like, well, you say that we're getting a bump up on our membership, as it were. With that, I feel like we could have a little more access to what the hall offers.
What do you have in mind?
If it's not too much trouble, I'd like a noble.
A single noble?
Hell, make it 10. The way you said that sounds like that's just chum change for y'all. But all I'm requesting is one noble, yes.
For what purpose?
Well, you were talking about slatting each other and stuff like that, and if we're going to be members, a member is slatting me. I just want my daughter set up. We've talked about how he took her. I just want her set up. That's all I'm going to do with that money.
You have access to the best institutions in the world made available to you via membership, and you want just money.
Well, if you say it like that, I don't necessarily need it. But I mean, rent is still a thing, groceries and stuff are still things. If she's got access to all of that, then we're fine. But, chuck it our way. Throw us a bone, if you will.
As Mr. Starling would be more than well aware, we do not operate as a bank. Currency exchange within these halls is frowned
I ain't
upon.
asking for a loan.
And I mean that even in the sense of loans and currency transference. In these walls, it's considered taboo.
Fair enough.
But
Well, then give me a list of all those institutions, if you don't mind.
we'll make them available to you. Do you have a preference? Are you looking arcane? Are you looking...
She's an artificer, like her old dad.
so you're looking more in the engineering fields. We will find an elf more suited mead for her. And you watch, Eldrick's or alternatively, she could be smart and join the wizards. Come on, we have the best magic school.
If she wants
Now,
to do magic.
tell me, Mr. Wizard, how far up your ass crack is your underwear right now?
You assume too much. Why would I wear underwear? And you watch the rest of them
I
be
did not. She's like, I did not need to know that.
How old are you?
well,
everybody in the
after-
hall's just like,
After
Yeah.
300, you stop counting. It's just
True,
not
but
worth it.
he's under the zone of truth spell still, right? So
Yeah,
he actually
he legitimately has
he legitimately
stopped
does
counting.
not know.
Yeah, even when I say nobody really knows how old he is, I mean that quite literally.
Nobody.
He
Nobody.
has stopped counting at one point. Somebody could probably dig up his birth records, but they predate the Republic.
Damn.
Well, shit. You're damn.
Well-
That's honestly never mind.
You look good. For your
Impressive.
age, sir.
Yeah.
you look fantastic.
Oh, I put a lot of effort into looking this good.
Do you have a nickname?
No, I've never really gone by one.
Oh, we should get you a nickname.
Ski's great at nicknames.
What about Febblemore?
I was thinking L.
Well, you think on it and enjoy your
Could
night.
I write to you?
Sure, I would love that. Would love to know more.
Casper's been teaching me how to write, and I've been writing letters.
I look forward to your penmanship.
It looks over to the one woman who's biting her tongue, and be like, "Should I write to you too?" Sophia's been teaching me about the different religions and how you can actually expand your mind and not be such a stick in the mud.
I mean,
would rather you not.
I wouldn't go too far there, Ski. Actually, I didn't quite happen to manage to get what clergy you're a part of.
I don't know that word, but I know you told me about religion and all your symbols on your necklace.
Yeah, they're like the people that follow and maintain the views of a specific god.
Oh,
Are you asking her? Like,
Yeah, I'm
Mira?
asking her. Yeah.
Did we ever? Hold on.
what
you
is
should
her
be able to-
god?
So she worships.
It's a life god, right?
Yeah, it's a life
You said?
god. Hold on. Where did all my gods go?
I was just thinking because Sophia has sat down and talked to Ski multiple times, just like, so what's your religion? And Ski's looked at her, said, "What's a religion?" And Sophia went, "Oh no."
It just went like, what's like, Sophia definitely has more of like a faith-based approach where like what you believe is what you believe, and that's what matters most. The structural and institute of it doesn't matter, and that's
We were gonna sit
kind of
down
the
and do
whole
this.
preacher thing.
So
We were.
she specifically worships, like, her church is set up and dedicated to the elven life goddess, who is the goddess of life, sun, and the harvest.
Right. Does he have a name? It's okay if he doesn't.
She does not. No.
Okay, she does not. Alright. I mean, I don't see why someone who follows the teachings of life and growth and light wouldn't want to help harbor and grow someone's skills, but I mean, to each their own.
There's an impurity in separating yourself between multiple gods.
I mean, you know that your goddess of life has been like flirting with the goddess of death since the beginning of eternity. They love each other. You know that, right? To worship one and not the other is like having a favorite parent and pretending the other one doesn't exist.
We recognize the existence of them. It's devotion that matters.
No. And I bet you're very devoted.
On your knees every night. Sorry, that came out. I've had moonshine and I've had almost another beer, so
You're good. Thank you
No,
you
it
for
was
taking the
great.
subtext and putting it in the foreground. It's my favorite thing that Ski does all the time, like legitimately.
She just doesn't say anything.
Like, nope.
Well, I've got what I need. Anyone else?
Bye ho.
Jeebus.
Elendra looks to you, Casper, and goes, I will ensure that our resources are made readily available to you to pick and choose and see what best suits. And if there's somewhere that your daughter may reside, we will ensure that she receives the best education and is cared for.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that.
And Mr. Flint, I know this is between us and the other members of the hall, but we'll make money.
Oh, I know. I never doubted that.
I know.
I figured it should be one of those ways.
Yeah, we'll take care of her.
I know. She's in good hands now.
She is.
Unless there's anything else, you are free to go.
I mean, I'm good. Ski, hearts.
Ski is just ready to leave.
Mhm.
It's like,
I was just like, yeah, let's get out of here. I think I need to think some things over. Prophecy like that's a
Yeah.
lot to hear.
It is. I think we all got some thinking to do.
Are there any other prophecies kicking around here that y'all know about that matter much? Was it just this one?
Oh, there's plenty of them. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Look at that puppy. Puppy
Um,
cam.
Baby.
Eldrick's like, oh, there's tons of them. Did you know there's a prophecy about a woman who will die, and she will die from a toilet?
I mean, I hear on some of the frontier. Well, I hear that some of the coastal settlements, the ocean flows back into the pipes and launches the toilet, a good 50 feet in the air.
Oh, that would be fascinating to see, wouldn't it? Horrifying.
Real
but
thing.
Fascinating.
Look into it. It happens in Seattle. It did when they were setting up Seattle. It's wild.
Mhm.
Tons.
Is this the only prophecy then that pertains to us?
Loosely
That we
to
know
you,
of.
Loosely towards
Wait.
you, anyways. Prophecies are,
Do we?
if they mention a person by name, they're usually crackpot in theory. But it's when you start to put the pieces together of everything
Right.
that it all makes
So
sense.
we break the nails, kill a god, die on the toilet. That's the prophecy, right?
I don't know if it's you that dies on the toilet, but that would be quite
I
fascinating.
mean, I wasn't being sumptuous. I just one of us is gonna. I think you said, and then you also said something about dying on the toilet. And I
no,
would hate to
I
see
feel
any of
like
us
these
die
are
in such a.
Two different
Yeah,
prophecies.
recent
Oh,
prophecy that
two-
got told,
two different.
and I just love to gossip about them. You never
That's
know
fair.
what's gonna actually come out.
I mean, you have our address. Feel free to let us know about any interesting ones. I'd be more than happy to hear.
I will keep you in mind.
Please
I
do.
can just see everybody else in the hall just staring at him like, what the fuck? What are you
Like the
doing?
longest zone of truth ever.
This is my favorite zone of truth. It's just too good. It's too good to end.
I actually
I
think this
laugh.
spell has ended, probably.
And
I
he's just
think-
telling the truth still.
yeah, he's just having
It's
too
like-
much fun with it at this point.
He's like liberated. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no,
Speaking truth.
10 minutes
Feels
is
minutes.
over, so like
Oh, yeah.
100% Mira can like go back to lying, and he's just like, nah, this is too
No.
much fun.
I love him.
Love it.
He's
Yeah.
one of my new favorite
Show me your
NPCs,
heart.
one of mine.
Doesn't your heart feel a little lighter? Speaking your truth,
Oh, it's just
Something.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick up that list of the institutions at the front desk on the way out, I suppose.
yeah, they'll have them. I'm assuming you guys are done and leaving the room then.
I
Yeah.
will. Is there any paper around, like on any of the desks or anything?
Nothing you could reach.
Does Mira have a notepad or something that she has?
Oh, no.
on her?
Oh
You need
no.
paper? Here,
She's got
I
like
got
a book sitting there. Like, on
I
but,
for
like,
sure have
like they're up a pretty. Like the entire
Yeah,
thing is meant
how
to like
high
look
up?
like 10 feet.
I can jump that.
Yeah, Mr. Flint, if you wouldn't mind, I'd
I
love
don't
to
know.
borrow
I
a piece
reached
of
my
paper
bag of
and
holding, pull out some.
ski your skills as well as if I can. And I
Okay,
will-
but
Sign the piece of paper.
What a-
It's a very surprisingly well done cursive. Sophia Belle. And I will fold it and I'll give it to Ski and I'll go, can you just give that up to Mira up there? I feel like she's gonna need it.
okay. Athletics.
Yeah, just give me a straight athletics.
You're also a Harrington.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a Harrington, but I just wanted to make sure. So,
Yeah, you are easily able to like whoop.
hi. Poop.
She unfolds it and looks in. She's like, "This is your name, yes."
I just figured you'd want to have something to contact me with. And I'll fire her a wink off and I will leave the room.
As,
Fight. Kiss,
No.
kiss.
as you leave the room, the same person who brought you there is waiting. She escorts you back. There's like, whereas before, like people just kind of passively ignored you as you walked by. Somebody has very quickly let loose that they've added new members, even if conditional. And you see like everyone is kind of like watching you as you walk by. You can see kind of like the gears turning of like they do not look like they belong here kind of thing. as they kind of like walk you along up into, they take you back up to the front desk, and as you get there, there's a set of 5 platinum rings sitting on there. Their signet rings are meant to be worn on the pinky finger, and all that's carved into them is a simple little crown that's carved into them.
Casper's gonna take a bit of metal, like some chain or whatever, and just form a necklace and wear the ring on a necklace instead of actually putting it on his person.
Okay.
Ski's gonna take the ring and put it on Strudel.
Oh,
So
love
it's
that.
like a bracelet on Strudel.
You watch
He's
as
like,
you go to like
"Here you go,
slide it on Strudel. It like forms to fit, like perfectly around Strudel's like little ankle.
You're so fancy, buddy. Just a slow blink one eye at a time. Strudel's part of the hall. Just like,
yeah.
I will put the signet ring on, just normal on the pinky, as it's actually. I feel like Sophia would try not to put it on the pinky because wearing a ring on your pinky is ridiculously, like, just like so fuck off rich. She'd probably put it on like a pointer finger or something.
Yeah, as
Instead.
she slides it on, it's the same thing. It slides perfectly to where she's like, oh, that's a comfortable spot, and it kind of like forms to stay in that shape. Okay.
Colt would pick it up, but not, just kind of like keep in his hand, like not put it on.
Okay.
Yeah, Hearts takes hers and just tucks it in the breast pocket of her vest behind her deck of cards.
As we're walking, I do want to domain cast identify, ritually cast identify on the ring, just to make sure there isn't anything extra on it.
So the ring itself is kind of magically shielded. There's layers of incantations and spells that are kind of built into it. The first and like most apparent is that ability for it to mold itself to the wearer. The spell is intended so that if once the original owner of that ring puts it on, it's really hard to be like, oh, this is totally my ring if you steal somebody else's, because it might not fit properly. The other half of that is actually the spell registers who the ring is belonging to. So it's almost like kind of like a glyph of warding in a sense that if queried, the ring can actually tell somebody who knows the right words what the purpose of like whose ring that is. So they are locked to an individual. You wouldn't be able to steal one. And the other one is a spell to make them very durable. So platinum itself is not a super durable metal. People like you would ruin a platinum ring pretty easily. However, there are spells to artificially harden the metal. So it is 100% pure platinum, but it is magically extra durable.
so would the ring? I have to ask. Would the ring still now say property of Strudel?
No, so it would actually be your ring. It's just formed to fit Strudel because that's where you were like, this is where I'm gonna put it.
Well, Strudel needs a little bling. He deserves it.
Well, good news. Doesn't seem that they're, wiretapped or they ain't listened to us or knowing where we are at any given moment.
I could have told you that, Sophia.
I mean, you would have known, but, you can never be too careful.
McAllister could have got their hands on it.
I honestly doubt the hall would let him touch anyone's ring, whether it's claimed or not. I feel like they're kept under almost like lock and key, only
yeah.
given out when needed. But I feel like that was a very productive meeting.
I made a
I mean,
friend.
It was fun.
That was really funny to watch them like kind of fight with each other and have them make each other squirm. And shit. That was good.
Eldrick
And-
was So funny to watch.
Sophia, how many zingers did you chuck across there? That was awesome.
too many. And I have to thank you, Mr. Casper. I was not expecting you to stand up for me like you did, and I hope you know that's appreciated and noted.
Well, we're family, aren't we?
We're family.
And sometimes, I mean, I've had it out with my own brothers and sisters. We always get back together at the dinner table.
Always.
We always have each other's backs. So I don't want to see them try to tarnish your name. I'm going to stand up there and say what I thought was right.
I appreciate that, and I do apologize again for getting us into such a scrap. I know we were looking back on it, we were out of our depths, but I'm glad it went down the way it did.
Things got a little crazy in the moment, yeah. Things got a little heated afterwards even, but you gave me something that I haven't had in a long time and didn't know I needed as much. You gave me a moment with my wife. And for that,
It's amazing.
I appreciate what you do.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can see when we're just beyond the veil. I'm glad I was able to bring you back. I would hate to see you go too soon. Plus, apparently now we
Well-
have a prophecy to fulfill, so that's fun.
Geez, I heard the prophecy a couple times. They didn't say nothing about some fucking dickhead artificer, but I'll be around.
I mean, behind every heroic martyr, there's, I'm sure, a team of people who got him there.
Absolutely.
Ski's gonna ask again. What prophecy? Like not paying attention at all.
You'll understand when you're older. Not just
Yeah,
kidding.
One thing about prophecy is you don't even have to think about it. It just happens around you.
yeah.
If it's fated, it's fated. So don't you worry your fuzzy little brain about it. Just keep swinging that axe as fucking good as you do. And I'll just make you big every now and again.
And I mean, I
Okay.
have some fun little tricks for your axe too along the way there, Ski.
Okay.
Hell, I can make your axe. Oh, you said it's already magical, right? It's doing cool
Already
stuff.
magical. I mean, I could always pump it up with some extra, acid, cold, fire, lightning.
My friend
Anything like
John
that.
said he did stuff to it.
Right, John.
That's still crazy. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's so cool. How you feeling, Hearts?
I mean, like I said, I suppose I'm not quite sure. Saul keeps getting bigger and bigger, I never been much of a big picture type, so it's gonna take some adjusting if I'm supposed to help save the world or something.
I mean,
We got a
we've
what
seen it in
now?
Sand Mist. Saving the world starts with just shaking your neighbor's hand.
I mean, so far I could do that at least.
And it's all we need to do.
And I got you to keep me from getting in too much trouble, right?
As long as you keep me from getting in too much trouble.
We're both doomed.
We're all gonna die.
Okay,
Whole group's trouble.
hands and paws in the middle, all right? On
All
three.
right, all right.
Uh,
Okay. 1, 2, 3. The hammer.
the hammer.
The hammer.
Right on.
Da-da-da-da.
You can say it in Sylvan. It's fine.
Okay.
What
We
what
should
is the
probably go
hammer in
talk to
Sylvan?
Mr. Spicy Hammer.
Wasn't that back in Sadness?
Yes.
That's the
Absolutely.
perfect.
Let me
time to-
just we can head back to Sand Mist. Let me just make a stop here. I'm gonna see if I can get an item delivered. And I will hobble on
Oh,
over to the
I-
clockwork shop again.
I
We can
gotta
all
go
join
see
you
my
if you
tea
want.
shop, buddy.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's still mid-afternoon, right? We could take a little field trip.
Yeah, we got all day. Maribel's all safe back at the Frontier Venture Company outpost there.
I mean,
I did want to
I-
get
I-
some
I'm
stuff
sure
added to my
she's-
arm.
actually, now that we're talking about it, I think I know a gentleman that can help you with your arm and would also be quite interesting for Mirabelle if you're okay. there's this old clockworker I met earlier this morning, and I feel like the mechanics of clockwork are up your alley and by proxy up your daughter's.
Is that where you were heading now?
Yeah, I was just gonna stop on in and see if I can get something either express made or express delivered afterwards.
Well, I'll. How about I come with you?
Do we want to go there and then the tea shop there, Ski?
Okay, I want to get flowers for her.
Oh, of course.
So nice.
Aw.
I'm sure there's a stall on the way.
Do you think she'd like a clock?
Oh, no. I know she wants to talk to you guys.
That's fair enough. Then I guess we better bring gifts.
Might be a good idea. We, from what Ski said earlier, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble.
We ain't never been in a day of trouble in our lives, have we, Hearts?
I'm gonna pick up a helmet.
I mean, surely not, but some might say that a couple of us are maybe bad influences on a young'un.
Nah.
One word, all right. I'm sorry.
One
Hey,
bounty
now, I'm pretty
hunter.
sure you know that I'm referring to myself and the father over here because, I mean, well, let me just look at the track
All
record.
three of you were involved in that conversation.
Huh?
You need to one
Steve's
time.
just like, what? Oh, I
The,
get
the,
your
the one
daddies,
about the
yes.
sugar daddies, Ski.
Oh, I finally learned what that means.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
See, we were
I'm
right.
sorry.
Right?
No.
And the muffin mummies. Like you, I knew like half of the conversation, if any.
All right.
You don't really talk about
And I'll
that.
open the door to Ziggy's because I'm assuming we're moving this entire
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Oh, hey, Ziggy.
Hello, Father. How are you doing today?
Good. I just had a meeting. It looks like I won't be in town for quite as long as I thought. Any chance I could get that special piece you were working on, that clock? Any chance I could get it delivered?
I could make
Or
that
expressed?
happen for you. I can see about expressing it. I would not have it finished today. It'd take time, but I can definitely have it delivered to you for sure.
That'd be great. I can give you the address.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Your friends, are they also clock aficionados such as yourself?
You got
They're
flowers?
quite as
Yes?
such.
I mean, I do
This
love
is
me a nice
this is
pocket watch.
Flint. He's actually a mechanic in and of himself. I figured he'd want to actually take a look at all the wonderful pieces you have.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's already like wrist deep in the fucking grandfather clock on the wall. Oh shit, the mechanism is fantastic on this. I bet this has never lost a second over the 100 years it's been around.
Roll me just a straight D120 or D20 for me.
Who?
You.
Myself?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a straight luck roll, effectively, that you're rolling.
Come on.
16.
Yeah, as you're kind of like reaching, you're like, oh man, this is really good. You hear like a click as you find like a mech, and you're like, oh, what does this do? And you click it, and like the whole back rotates around. There's just like a lever action rifle sitting in there.
Huh. This is a gun case as well. And it keeps
And
effectively as it does. Wow, my kudos. I tip my hat to you, sir.
It's good for somebody looking to defend their home.
Well, I'm all about home defense. Now,
and
quick
that
question. What kind of daycare services you offer here?
What? I don't believe I understand.
Well, you know, maybe this isn't the right place for a young girl. You got any memoirs of your how you put this stuff together? I've got a student who would be very interested in your work.
the clockwork, not the clockwork.
And he looks to you and he goes,
What are you talking about?
I feel like these people you trust. Is this child interested in firearms or in clocks?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Say more. Now, are they at least over the age of 8? Because that is the minimum working age to be considered acceptable. Gotta make this place a capitalist hellscape somehow.
I mean, that's about when I started working. So,
It's her 10th birthday coming right up.
Ah, perfect. I suppose she could apprentice, no problem. She good with her hand. She got all 10 fingers still.
She does.
Ah,
Yeah.
perfect. Then I suppose
Cool.
if she wants to come by and learn a thing or two, if the father trusts you, I suppose he can't be all bad.
now
Yeah.
back to the gunsmithing. My other friend, Mr. Colt, he's in need of some fine tuning on a wonderful piece that he's got as well.
What are we working with? He looks at the arm. He goes, I see reforged. I see arm. Hidden weapon.
Indeed, and I feel like he just thinks about it, like he doesn't actually have to press anything. That's another dollar there. And it goes from like an arm with a hand to
Just a gun.
to the gun.
That's a fine piece of mechanical finery. Do you mind if I see real quick?
How long does it?
Well, I could just take the whole arm.
Yeah. No.
Okay. And he goes, now remember, I don't know if you remember this part, it does hurt a little bit, and he like reaches like, and you feels like fingers
Yeah.
kind of like push things, and all you hear is, and then like there's a brief like tinge of pain, and your arm just like kind of falls away.
It's like, oh,
He just took your arm. Like, she's like, what the fuck?
I don't.
And I'm gonna
I
need
feel
that
like-
guy's arm.
He just like
Yeah.
pulls out the battle axe
No, no,
slowly,
no.
like
Colt's like, it's okay, Ski. I'd let him take it.
And you watch him like masterfully like manipulate the like components of your arm to kind of like splay everything out. It's not disassembled, but it's kind of laid out, and he's like, it's pretty straightforward here. Is there something specific you're looking for? Are you looking just to tune up? Are you looking for what can we do for you real quick while we're here?
I'm thinking maybe like extra damage or like
You want it
Maybe
rechambered for a
some-
slightly larger caliber. Okay, I see.
yeah, or have it have like cold damage or something like that too.
Might be a little bit
Something like that.
beyond my ability to do right here and right
That's
now,
okay.
but I can rechamber it, no problem. That's a pretty quick and simple process. Swap out some internal components, up receiver, take me all of 20 minutes to do.
Perfect. Let's rechamber it then.
Okay, we're looking at here, we can, it looks like it's shooting 45-70. We can bring that up to, trying to remember my calibers that Mare's legs are chambered in real quick here. And if James is watching, he's like, it's not that easy to rechamber one of these, but I need to like make it physical.
Like it's magic, but it still needs to be like feasible.
He's like, yeah, we could probably take it up from a more of a standard roundup, something a little bit more rifle. Go up to like say 308. Give you a plus 2 to damage.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Cost you about 250 gold. If that sounds about fair.
Sure, we can budget that.
We got some money in the fund.
Perfect. And you watch him like kind of like tinkering along, and he like unscrews some things. You watch him like pull the barrel apart and like reseat things, and he's you know like the whole like upper receiver comes out, and he starts to like slot things in. You watch him like checking things with a bore scope. He slides a new barrel into it, quickly reassembles it, slides all the last screws together, and goes, that should about do it. Assume you want this reattached. You do want to
I
reattach.
would like both of my. Yes.
Perfect. And he like comes over and he like reslots it, and you feel everything like click, and there's that like pinching sensation as it clicks back into place really quickly, and he goes, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Plain and simple. Oil it normally and you should be good.
That was fucking masterclass right there. Wow.
Ziggy here is good at what he does.
You definitely can't rechamber that, but that's just how we're gonna work the magic. I'm just like looking to be like, could I make that like mentally? No. Yeah. Okay. And you want
Wait,
your
it does a
item
plus
shifted to
2?
you? I suppose while you're here, anything else I can do for yourself? It was Mr. Flint, right?
No, I think you've kind of done everything that I could ask for.
And you, ma'am, anything I can do for you? To hearts.
Well, I mean, I'm just came in to kind of have a look around, but I do find myself terribly partial to a nice pocket watch. Haven't had one in a while.
Okay. Anything special you're looking for? Do you need any extra complications on that, or is it just straightforward timekeeping piece?
I mean, I'm always interested in what there might be beyond just keeping time.
Well, we can keep date, we can keep time, we can keep the cycles of the moon if you're so interested. A little bit more expensive. We've got ones that, through momentum, as you wander around, they wind themselves up. It's pretty fantastic. A few that are powered arcanely, so you don't have to wind them at all. You leave them for a while. And one that can be used as an improvised weapon if you so choose.
Well, I generally have plenty of weapons on me at any given time, but I do like the idea of that one that tracks the moon cycles.
Yeah, for sure. And you watch him like
No, good information.
he like slides back from his thing and he's like, hold on, where did I put those? You kind of like watch him like toddle back into his workshop. And he comes back with a box. He lays them out and there's 4 kind of laid out. 2 of them are your standard gold pocket watches, very simple. One of them is it looks almost like copper. It's not quite. It's some kind of similar metal, like similar sheen to the metal, but you can tell it's a little bit higher quality materials that goes into that. And then he's got one off to the side that's little bits of plain and silver.
I mean, I think she'd go for one of the
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
ones. I think that would be her
He
vibe.
pulls one out. He goes, they're about 6 gold apiece. Relatively simple affair.
I mean, you've got yourself a deal there.
Sounds great. And he like puts it back in the box, slides the box over to you, and goes, anything else to our little bunny friend? Anything for you, perhaps?
You have flowers?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Do you have a timer?
Like one that counts down kind of thing?
Yeah, something ornate could keep track of. Set it to 40 minutes and it could count down.
I do. Do you want... Now, are you looking for an actual proper clock mechanism that does that, or do you want more of an hourglass style?
I think an actual proper clock would be nice.
Okay. I think we can make that work. And you watch him, like, kind of, like, look around his shop for a second, and he goes, I think I got a piece. And he wanders back, and you hear him, like, digging around and stuff. And he comes out, and he kind of dusts off the box. He goes, not a lot of folk rely on the mechanics, because you have to wind them all up and take care of them properly. But they are an element of something that's relatively nice. And he pulls it out, and it kind of looks like that typical dial piece that you would see on any other like normal kitchen timer. But it's got like 3 dials around the outside, and he goes, it'll keep 3 times at once. You set the dial to which one you want,
phenomenal.
you turn it, you set it, you just got to make sure it's wound up and taking care of itself before you go. I don't really sell a lot of them. They've been kind of sitting in the back there. I'd be willing to let it go for probably about 2 gold.
Sure. Here you go. And I'll toss him the 2 gold and grab the timer.
I appreciate it. Anything else I can do for you lovely
Oh.
folks?
Do you know where we could get flowers?
I'm sure along the boardwalk, just down the ways a little bit, you can find someone who's a flower seller looking to make a quick buck. Don't let them oversell you, though. They're often looking for tourists to charge out charge out the ass, really.
I mean, We're all natural born here, ain't we? Ain't not a single tourist here.
No.
Huh?
See?
Well, you know what? Actually, that reminds me. When I was out for ice cream, I think I saw a spot.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I'll leave it to you, Mr. Flint.
As we're leaving,
Bye, random man.
bye Ziggy. Amazing shop, great talent.
Thank you, Ziggy.
I look forward to meeting your person, your apprentice.
Hart, as we leave the shop and we're walking, Hearts, if I may, would you let me do a little engraving on that pocket watch for you tonight?
Oh, I'd be perfectly happy to let you do whatever you feel like to it.
Now,
Just felt like a nice little piece, you know?
it's gorgeous. Suits you well. You can of course choose whatever you like for the engraving, but with that, I could even have a message, or even maybe if there's some scent tied to a memory of yours that you like, or anything along those lines. I could make it a little special for you. And same goes with that egg timer you got there.
Oh, the egg timers for this wonderful old lady we're going to meet. I figured since she's a baker, she could use something to keep track of, what's been in the oven, how long, and
That's very thoughtful.
That's very clever, yeah.
I won't touch that
It's-
one then.
it's a pretty little piece, but
No, it's fully
it's
practical.
functional.
But yeah, Hearts, you let me know what you want engraved, and if you want anything kind of special added to it, and I can do that for you.
I'll take a think on that and I will let
Yeah,
you know.
please do. All right, this way to the boardwalk. Oh, and Ski, you haven't had ice cream, I think. Who was it said they didn't have ice cream?
Yeah, Ski hasn't had ice cream.
Colt, you-
Miss Colt, how the hell do you grow up
We
in the ivory tower and not have ice cream?
we had frozen yogurt.
Right.
No, healthy? Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta have the real stuff.
It
No.
is amazing the tendencies mortals have to make something slightly worse so you can have more of it.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I feel you. And you know what? There's still plenty of sugar in it. It's not that much better for you.
Just a little. They make it worse just so you can have more. It doesn't make sense to me.
So we'll
I don't know.
Make our way-
Maybe that's just the hand of indulgence pushing me forward. But let's find some ice cream, some flowers, and get to this bake shop.
It's pretty quick. The person who you found with the flowers, again, very quickly was like, a thing of roses will definitely be 5 silver.
I don't want roses.
Sophia will call them on their shit because Sophia upkeeps a garden in Sand Mist.
What flowers do you want? He's like nervously looking at Sophia, like, no.
I want. You have them here. They're. I don't know the common word for them. They're brown and they have yellow petals and they're very big.
The sunflowers.
Flower?
Yeah.
He kind of like looks to like they're like clearly the filler that you like put in other things. He's like, yeah.
I would like a bouquet of that. Bouquet. Did I say that right, Casper? Like, let me
You got it.
Didn't you mention
you
a
got it right.
type of flower, a bell of some sort?
Oh, do you have any death bells?
No.
That's
Yeah,
a,
they're probably more.
that's a
rare.
rarer flower, Mister Miss Ski.
Rare here? Oh.
Yeah, it's
You
well.
think picking
It's
one
not
up.
that it's rare. It's just not as commonly kept.
Okay. Sunflowers.
Yeah. 1 silver for a bunch of sunflowers.
Okay. Ski just hands it to him.
And he like hands you, and it's like he tries to wrap them, but I don't know if you've seen sunflowers in real life. they're
Of course, they're my favorite.
they're a
Yeah.
bulky plant.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like awkward, like this was clearly meant to be like you would take like just a little bit and you'd kind of like wrap everything else around it. It would look really pretty. Now he's just like hands you, and it's like the same way a child holds on to like an ice cream cone that's too large is what he's effectively handing over to you, and he's just kind of like baffled
Phenomenal.
himself.
He's just holding it like, thanks.
You're welcome. He watches you leave, and you can see him like slightly confused by the interaction.
As we're leaving, Casper's gonna take one of the gold coins that Sophia gave him from earlier. He's still got basically 21 of them left.
Yeah.
And he hands him one, and he's just like, "Times are hard out here sometimes, and it's nice to give a little charity from now and again."
Now he's even more confused. He's like, "Thank you."
All in one place. Take off.
Just like, Ski, do you wanna learn the halfling word for flowers?
What's the halfling word for flowers?
So it's petal whisper.
Petal whisper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cute. Adorable.
I dig it.
So off to Mary.
Yes.
Hold,
Yes.
hold on. Is halfling just like Australian? Where it's still common, but it's just like completely different words for everything?
Yeah.
All halflings are just Australians.
I like it. I think it
So
fits.
the sunflower would be like shine, glimmer, flower whisper.
Now I'm just imagining like Colt rolling up in a 2001 Holden Ute, being like, "Get in, we're going to Macca's."
Going to Macca's.
Except where Australian slang shortens everything, halfling extends it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it'd be like,
Get in, we're going to Mickadickles or something.
get in, we're going to Sir Mac. Oh boy, it would be Sir
Happy
Son
Happy
of Donaldson.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love this.
Ski
Yeah.
would like to walk to the bakery
yeah.
and just like knock. I don't know if they're open still.
Yeah, I'd say they're, kind of like, you see Mary out. She's kind of setting things up to close for the night.
Selling
As you,
fields now.
as you're coming down, she kind of like waves at you and goes, "Oh, it's my friend Ski. What can I do for you?"
I brought you flowers. And like holds out the sunflowers.
"Oh, these are really pretty. Thank you so much."
They remind me of you.
Oh,
Oh.
well, I appreciate that, Ski. Who are your friends?
They're the people I told you about.
Yes. One of them died, I understand.
3 of us have died.
You've all gotten better, I see. That's good. Well, come in.
Like a party.
And she leads you inside to kind of like find somewhere to put the flowers so they don't wither. Looking for a vase. Again, sunflowers in a vase is a very odd thing because it's like clearly meant for like smaller amounts of flowers. There's just 4 sunflowers kind of like haphazardly put into it. She's had to like get multiple vases. Now there's just
Here,
sunflowers
let me-
scattered around.
Yes.
Let me help you with that. If you trim them just right, they'll last longer.
Well, I appreciate that, miss. Thank you so much.
And actually, since you're near the river too, the natural biological composition of the river, if you put it in your vases, will help nurture the flowers longer.
I don't believe putting anything that comes out of that river into a vase is a good idea, but
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I forgot we weren't out in the
that's okay.
frontier.
Is this all you came for, Miss Ski? I greatly appreciate it. Don't get me wrong.
We're gonna be leaving soon. I just wanted to see you before we go.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by. You look like you've got a great group of friends. They're lucky to have you.
Yeah, you also said to bring them around.
And I appreciate you doing so. Can I put a pot of tea on for you all before you go?
Yeah, that's
Sure,
really
I can
fast.
stay for tea.
Rubio.
And also, I brought something for you too. Here, and I'll hand her the timer as well.
Oh, this is. It's a clock. It looks like.
You can set it, and it will tick down. I figured since you run a lovely bakery, things need to be baked for different times at different temperatures and such, and it just might help you keep track of all of it.
I normally use an hourglass, but I'm sure I'll find a perfect use for this. This looks quite lovely. Thank you so much. Let me go grab the tea. She kind of like toddles off into the back and comes out a minute later with a fairly large pot of steaming water, and starts kind of mixing together a tea for you. And she puts it down. She's like, well, help yourselves. I'm gonna tidy up a little bit here. We're just closing up for the night, and but take your time.
Can I help?
Oh no. I enjoy the process.
Mary, what are your 3 best sellers?
In terms
Make
of
the list.
these crescent rolls are quite popular. People quite like them. We use loaves of bread, obviously. It's hard to compete with Dobbs, but it's a lot of people prefer dealing with a local over that extra dimensional entity. And it's
I love this.
you know,
Oh, as
I
a
love how long
baker,
it took the rest of you
appreciate
to.
this.
a lot of
Yeah.
people
No,
really
I got it.
like bagels. They're quite popular here.
All right. While she's tidying, I'm just gonna take the timer and just next to like on each row of it, do 1 for bread, 1 for bagels, 1 for the croissants. Or what was
They're
it?
croissants.
Yeah.
Crescent rolls.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Americans would call them.
And just once she's finished, just show her. There you go. Now you got your bread timer, your crescent roll timer, and your bagel timer there.
Oh, well, that'll be quite handy. I'm quite excited. Thank you so much.
We're all welcome.
Yeah. So she, as you sit about in this tea shop, the 5 of you basically fill the tea shop. That's about the largest it's really meant for. You chat, you converse about what things have gone on. Mary tidies up around you, and slowly you guys finish off your tea. Sounds like your plan is to head back to Sand Mist here in the coming days, and we'll get to that story next week.
Mhm.
All right.
I think we're in a good spot to call it a night.
Cute.
For all of those raiders who came in, all of our new friends, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
We've had a exciting exciting evening with all of you coming in and visiting us. It means a lot to us that you came in and joined us for the night. To our regular viewers, we were a little bit late getting started, but thank you so much for your understanding in all of that. As Neon mentioned earlier, we are doing Pride Revolution 2024 here, so if you have the capacity to donate, that would be awesome. Hopefully in the coming days here, as we have our tangible merch sorted out, we'll be in a position where if you are looking for something a little bit more tangible where you can feel it into it, we should have the Pride shirts. Oh my
Shirt.
god. Coming out, there'll be trans pride shirts, and
David
then
needs to go to bed too.
100%. Okay,
and
And
we got
even if you-
hydrate.
Even
we
if you can't donate, please do come by, tune in, viewership, pass us along. Every stream that Logomancy runs from here till July 1st should have the donation bar and everything available, as well as redeemable donation points. And tune in Monday, the 27th, I think next Monday, for just a regular Logomancy stream, and then the 27th. No,
It's
Next
a
Monday
holiday.
will not because
Is
it's
So-
a
a
holiday.
long weekend, yes.
Monday 27th, the first Monday back. Come and join us here and I will be hosting and GMing a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Yeah.
Right.
So come on by, come say hi.
And Roll for Beer it has officially started back up. Yesterday we had one of our sessions.
yeah.
We had the privilege of having Hype Goblin in there, a
Hype.
great person on
Okay.
TikTok, and we have a very special guest coming soon. So keep an eye for that. It's going to be a comic book artist.
Oh,
exciting.
that's rad.
So we will be having that shortly. So hopefully we'll be having another Roll for Beer this month. And if I have any technical issues, so more Roll for Beer, more things I'm on for stream, the more money we give to charity too.
Mhm.
So I also would like to challenge you at home. If you see my camera go
Mike,
Oh my
man.
God.
Like that?
Oh my
something,
god.
Penny, just join me in the donation spending.
Yep.
It's all for a good cause.
Join all for a good cause, or if you don't have the capacity to donate yourself, at
But
at
if you make me
Logomancy on
drink
Twitter,
the spicy juice,
at It's Neon Graffiti on Twitter too, let us know that the camera's failing, and we'll find some way to make it up somehow.
I regret that.
Okay, I'll do a push-up for every single
Maybe.
failure that you can't pay for.
I will pay for
Nice.
it. I have a jar. I now have a jar. I'm just
Ooh.
decorating it right now. So I'm gonna be
Can't wait
filling
to see it.
Let me know what the final tally is, and I'll match that.
I love it. But to all of you, as I always say at the end of the night, thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Thank you for letting us play our silly games and for listening to our silly stories. It means the world to us. We are going to send some love out to ADH Adventures. Oh man, people got to stop making the names complicated and messing with me. But they're in the middle of a game right now, so we're going to send the love over to them. Please stick around for the raid. Tell them we said hi, and we will see you all next Wednesday.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Bye.
Kisses.
Bye.